In this video, I'm going to give you an update on my 1 week, 1 stock, $1,000 options challenge, and it's a good one. Now look, we're also going to talk about how I rolled out and up on a 3M trade, doing a covered call with dividend capture. I'll tell you what, I absolutely love it. Everybody's asking me how they can roll their options so their stock is not taken away, because the stock is trading above their strike price. We're going to talk about that today. I'm going to show you how I used the buyback calculator to run the numbers, and it's turned out to be a good trade. Stick around. I know you're going to like this one.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. It is time for another red-hot covered call video. Well, hey, look, we're back at it. I have about 5 things I want to talk to you today, but here's the deal. We're going to talk about my numbers, where I'm at 5 months into this year. I'll tell you, it's not a year in review video. I'm going to do that next month, but boy, I am absolutely exceeding all of my goals for 2020. Man, I had a goal of $55,000 this year. We're already at $34,000, and we haven't done much heavy lifting. If you've been a part of this channel, you've seen the trades that I put. Man, absolutely exciting that I'm getting better. I have learned a skill for which I am using, and it's very profitable. And I'm going to share with you my weekly covered call paycheck challenge, and I have a 3M trade. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, so sit back, grab yourself a cup of coffee, and hey, look, if I'm too much for you, pause the video, come back, watch it. Hey, I'm excited because I found something in my life that I could be passionate about, and I'm having success. And it's the stock market. I mean, how many people do I talk to that absolutely cannot stand talking about the stock market? For them, it is learning a different language. I love talking the stock market because that's my passion. And that's why I try to bring it to you so you get passionate about it. See, you're sitting there wondering how you're going to generate income in retirement. But this stock market thing is like way over your pay grade, right? I want to show you my trades. We talk about them, so maybe you learn something. But if you watch my videos time after time after time, what happens is you start to see how simple this can be. It's not like I'm pulling out a calculus book and using formula after formula to generate the profits I'm doing. We literally buy a stock, give somebody the right to take it away from us at a higher price. We get paid for that. We do it month over month over month. And as you get better, you're going to do this weekly, every couple weeks, every 30 days, maybe a 45-day trade. You're going to bring in that income that's needed in retirement. Needed to pay some bills. That's what excites me and motivates me. Okay, let's go ahead and get to this. If you like what you're hearing today, I want you to subscribe to the channel. It's right there and it's free. And hey, look, if you like this video today, bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. Now, what we're doing is this. We are having one of the best months I've ever had in the past 4 years. And that is fueling my profits for 2020. If you remember, my goal this year was $55,000. I want to thank Jerry for that. I'll tell you what, he wanted me to have a goal of $60,000 this year. But I told him, look, man, I couldn't even get $55,000 last year. Let me try to get to $55,000 this year. So here we are at the end of May. We're not even at the halfway point of the year, and we are damn near $35,000. And this is what it's all about. I've told you this. This is an experiment in retirement where I could be in retirement and I don't have to work a part-time job. I can literally have my laptop and I can work from home because, like I've told you in the past, I treat my trading like a business. Right? When you have a business, you always want to do the right thing, right? You always want to make the right decisions. Well, that's how I treat this. I treat this like a business. So I have all the numbers in front of me. I try to make good decisions. Every single dollar that I put to work, I want to make sure I've made a good decision when investing that money. Now, I'm trying to use that money to generate short-term profits so I can have a steady monthly income in retirement, right? The idea is this. God willing, I get into retirement. I have my noggin in my right hand. I have my laptop. I'm going to use the selling premium strategy, writing covered calls, selling cash secure puts, and we're going to generate income. and I'm going to be able to spend that income. That's the goal. So for me to be doing this, I'll tell you, it excites me, keeps me going. Now, the stories you tell me are as exciting because you have found this. Actually, a lot of you have said you found it through my videos. You cannot believe how easy it is because you've watched my video. And that's what excites me. That's why when I come here every single week, I'm speaking to someone out there. That someone could be you. And that's what excites me, man. It motivates me because I hear your success story. And that's my success story. Right now, 2020, 35,000. That's 15.5%. Right now, the S&P 500 is down close to 6%. That amazes me because my goal this year was about 24%. We're well on our way. Now, this week's video is not about my weekly $1,000 paycheck challenge that I have challenged myself, but I do want to give you an update. A lot of you want to continue watching my story. So what I want you to do is go to my channel, Core Position Trading. I want you to click on either of the two videos for which I've done, where I'm using one stock for 1 week and I'm trying to generate $1,000. Now, that experiment is turning out to be more profitable than I ever would have thought. And right now with the stock market moving sideways to higher, man, I'm having my shares taken away. We're generating both stock appreciation and some fat premiums because I'm using a 3x leveraged ETF, UPRO, which is the 3x leveraged ETF for the S&P 500. I told you it was a directional play on the stock market, and I believe we're going to trade sideways to higher. Yeah, we're going to have some down days. Yeah, we're going to have some up days. But for the most part, we're going to trade sideways to higher. So I'm able to use this short window of 5 days to generate $1,000 a week. Now, what I want you to do is click on either of these videos. Then I want you to go to the pinned comment. That's where I have my spreadsheet posted on the internet for you to watch. All you have to do is click it, and it brings you to my website, and you can see where I'm updating it every single week. And in fact, I update it whenever I make a trade. Over the past 3 weeks, past 3 Fridays, I have been able to close these trades tremendously profitable, making over $6,000. It's unbelievable. I know that says $5,600, but this spreadsheet doesn't factor in the stock appreciation. I'll give an example. Just last week, I bought UPRO at 39. I wrote the 40 strike 4-day trade. Remember, Monday was Memorial Day, so it was 4 days. I collected $1 for the 40 strike. Sure enough, UPRO gets there. It's now trading at damn near $43. My shares were taken away. They paid me $40. I collect both the stock appreciation, $1, and the premium. They paid me $1. That's $2 on 1,000 shares. That's $2,000 in 1 week. Now, I know for some of you, you're thinking this is too aggressive, just too aggressive for you. And I understand that. So here's the deal. Find that stock you're comfortable with, whether it's Bristol Myers, Microsoft, Nike, Starbucks. Keep your hurdles low. Now, in this challenge, I'm trying to generate $1,000, and that's a huge headline crumb. That just excites people because $1,000 a week is like real money, right? Well, I started out 4 years ago doing weekly covered calls on Bristol Myers where I literally made $80. And to be honest with you, early on, the goal was really just to make $100. Because for me, if I just collect little crumbs, right? 1 trade here, 2 trades there, 1 crumb here, 1 crumb there, all of a sudden we're talking real money. We don't have to overreach. We don't have to find that one pharmaceutical stock that has one product that is trying to get FDA approval and risk our hard-earned money. We don't have to do that. What we do is we buy great S&P type companies and we make good decisions. Now, this is a leveraged ETF, and there's a lot to know about leveraged ETFs. And I'll tell you what, I want you to get your education because for some of you, I know you can't handle the swings that happen with volatile stocks. It's all about experience and how comfortable you are with it. With 4 years under my belt, using leveraged ETFs over the past 2 years, I don't have any problem with it. But with that said, I don't want you following me just because. You have to know what you're getting into because, like I've always told you, I need you to make a good decision. And if you don't know anything about leveraged ETFs, you buying them might not be a good decision. Now look, this is my website. I want you to go there. I want you to follow it. And also, I have 1 free month of my premium service waiting for you. Look, the premium service is not only the upgraded CTB dashboard and all the research tools that come with it, it is a like-minded community for which I show you my real-time trades. I do charts of the week. I send emails throughout the week giving ideas and stock market commentary. For me, it's about doing our research so we can feel it, so we can own it. And that's what the upgraded CTB dashboard allows you to do. It allows you to do your research, save the numbers. All the numbers are in front of you. All the jump links are in front of you to find that information. You're not chasing the critical information. And here's the thing, you can save it. You can save all the information. And that's what makes the upgraded CTB dashboard something to be a part of. Check it out. Click upgraded CTB dashboard, get your free month offer. Okay, so let's talk about my 3M trade. I've been getting a lot of emails about this idea. The idea that you buy a stock, you write a covered call, the markets are going higher, and quite frankly, the stock is now trading above your strike price, and you don't know what to do. You're feeling like you're leaving all that money on the table, right? As the stock keeps going higher, you're losing because you gave somebody the right, but not the obligation to take your shares away from you lower. So you feel like you're losing money. Well, I did that recently with 3M. 3M was trading at about 133x. I decided to buy some shares. The stock started to catch a little bit of wind. It was moving higher, and I wrote a 140 strike. Did it for like 30 days. Ended up picking up a juicy premium. Now, that's a great trade, but what happens next blows my mind, and 3M rockets into the 150s. So here's the setup. I was using 3M for a covered call right plus a dividend capture, right? I was going to hold the stock through the X date, and then as we got close to expiration, I was hoping that the stock would trade above my strike. They'd take my shares. I make max profit plus the dividend, and 3M pays a hefty dividend, $1.44. To me, it's like doubling my dividends because I'm making a fat covered call premium plus the fat dividend. Man, love using the covered call with dividend capture strategy. Well, here's the setup. I did that covered call, but then the stock rockets. And the numbers I used to determine why I bought this option back, adding to my cost basis, and then I rolled up with another covered call. Then I'm going to show you on the 3M chart where we're at and my thoughts. This is what the premium members get when they sign up, my real-time trades. I like to give commentary to the trade because it's about me sharing my trades and maybe you learn something. See, that's the important thing here. Me just throwing up, I did this and did that doesn't help anybody. What I love to do is let you see the world through my eyes. So when I did this covered call buyback and rolled higher for a higher credit, these are the steps that I took to get there. So using my buyback calculator, which if you go to ctpdashboard.com, click free spreadsheets, it's there. I don't charge you nothing. I don't spam you. These have been there for 4 years. All these spreadsheets are meant to keep the numbers in front of you so you make good decisions. That's what it's all about here. There's no hidden agenda. So I use my very own buyback calculator. And in fact, I'm lazy. On the buyback calculator spreadsheet that you can download right now, you'll see this 3M trade there. I literally created a new tab and use the live spreadsheet for this. Well, here's the numbers. The very first trade is right there. So as you can see, when the stock was trading at 133.50, I went ahead and wrote the 140 strike. I got paid $1.70. That alone right there is a great covered call. Now, I don't factor in the dividend there. See, when I did the trade originally, I will factor in the dividend. But see, I'm not going to collect the dividend with this trade. So that first trade, part one, does not have the dividend. Now, I go ahead and put in those numbers. I have to now factor in the buyback, right? The stock has gone way above 140. And now, in fact, it's trading at 150. So I have to factor that in. And when I do that, I plug in the numbers for the second part of the trade, the buyback part in part two. Stock's trading at 149.40. The option for which I got paid $1.70 is now trading for $9.40. So I'm going to add all of that cost basis to this trade. So I better have a plan and I better execute the plan. That's why I created this spreadsheet. Because if you don't have the numbers in front of you, man, this might get lost on you. You might write the covered call, you might buy it back, add your cost basis. Maybe you don't follow through and write the next covered call. The spreadsheet keeps us on mark. That's important to me. So when I run the numbers for the buyback, I was going to add to my cost basis. So I knew that. I had to have a plan. Well, as you could see on the roll, right? We're rolling to a profitable strike. We now include the premium of this new covered call plus the dividend. I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning. When I bought the shares and I wrote the covered call, I anticipated collecting the dividend. Well, that wasn't going to happen, and I'm going to go to the charts here and show you why. But here's the deal on the roll. 155 strike, I got paid $3.57 if I collect the dividend as well. And that's what our profit is going to be. That made sense for me to buy back this option and write this new covered call. And if I'm lucky, this will be an even more profitable trade. Now, I do have a big fat disclaimer. I want you to understand that when you buy back an option and you're adding to your cost basis, yeah, that's exactly what you're doing. See, when I wrote the covered call, the 140 strike, the stock's trading at 149X, I don't make any of that $9.40. Right? I gave somebody the right to buy my shares at 140. I make nothing above 140. So when I buy back that option, there's cost. That's going to add cost to this trade. Now let's go to the charts. I'm going to show you this and how it played out. Okay, so let's take a look at this chart and talk about it. So we're talking about 3M. The stock's now trading for 156X. But let me show you where we were when I made the original trade. So 3M is basically trading sideways. And over the past year, I've been using it. I've been using it to write some great covered calls. When 3M had fallen right there, 133X, I went ahead and bought some shares. And in fact, I think on that day, it may have been down $4 or $5. I bought some shares and I decided to write the 140 covered call. 30 days. And what I thought was going to happen is it would literally trade sideways. The expiration was out here. So I would own the stock on the ex-dividend date, collecting the 144 dividend, right? If the stock's not above 140, no one's going to take the shares away from me early. So I hold the stock over the X date. And because I'm the stockholder, I collect the 144 in dividends. Now, I have done this time and time again over the past 4 years. I love it. I even have a spreadsheet called Doubling My Dividends, man. I love using this strategy, buying a stock, writing a covered call while trying to collect the dividend. I usually do this 2 weeks prior to the X date and then have my expiration date 2 weeks after, because most of the time you won't have your shares taken away. There's just too much time left on the backside of the option. Well, here's what happened, and this is why I had to make a decision. Look at what happens. It absolutely rockets off the plate. As more economies are opening, man, 3M is rolling, and now I know exactly what's going to happen. On the X date, look where 3M is trading, way above my strike price of 140. So it makes sense. It makes sense for the option buyer to execute the trade. Take my 300 shares, pay me 140. He holds the shares through the X date, collecting the $1.44. 3M's now trading for 150. They make the stock appreciation plus the 140 dividend. It makes sense for them to take my shares early. I wasn't going to have that happen. The reason I did this trade was to collect the dividend and the covered call premium. So I have to have a plan, so I executed the plan. So before the X date, knowing they're going to take my shares that night, I had to do something. And that's what I did. I ran the numbers in my buyback calculator. I bought the option back, adding to my cost basis. I then wrote the 155 covered call, collecting both the premium and the dividend. And sure enough, nobody took my shares because the new covered call strike price was 155. The stock's trading $5 less. Nobody's going to pay me a premium and then absorb $5 in loss just to collect a 144 dividend. Well, as you can see, the stock now is rolling. It's above 155. And here we are. We are profitable. We have made max profit. So now it's just a waiting game. We're going to see where this trade finishes. I think my expiration is the second week of June. I have made max profit. And I'll tell you, that's what excites me. Having a skill, using that skill to generate real monthly income. Now, before I let you go, there's a new covered call YouTube channel out there called ThetaTrader. Now, his name's Ken, and he's documenting his journey writing covered calls, generating monthly income. The thing I love about ThetaTrader is this. He's been watching the videos. He's been watching all of my videos, and he's gotten his financial education. And then he took the leap of faith, and he did his first trade. And what's great is that he downloaded all of my spreadsheets. He's using them, and we haven't even talked. We haven't communicated. He is literally doing what I hope and wish a lot of you would do. Recently, he connected with me on Facebook and he sent me a couple questions. And when I went to check out the videos, he's using my spreadsheets. I love it. It excites me. And I'll tell you, he brings it to you straight talk style. He brings it to you real deal. He is showing you his trading experience and he is changing his life. If you see his last video where he upped his profits from when he started, I'll tell you what, it is inspiring. ThetaTrader, I do wish you the very best. And I do love what you're doing. Now, hey, look, I'm going to leave it right there. It's about having tools in our toolkit, right? If you have more tools in your toolkit, you can work more efficiently. You can have more success. Rolling an option higher for more credits is a tool in our toolkit. It's exit strategies. It's managing the trade. Look, you can have success doing this, just like the ThetaTrader. He's having real success. See, I've been doing this for 4 years, and to be honest with you, there isn't too much that excites me. But watching ThetaTrader have success is motivating me to keep this going. Maybe there's another ThetaTrader out there where you've literally been inspired, you've stepped up, got your financial education, and now you're gonna do it. Hey, look, that's what it's all about. Getting off the bench, getting in the game so you can share and have success. Look, I'm going to leave it right there for this week. I want you to go to my website. I want you to download all the free tools that I offer and keep an eye out for more updates for my weekly $1,000 challenge. And by the way, if you didn't notice, this week I wrote a cash secure put. We're going to talk about that next video. I opted for a cash secure put versus a covered call. We'll talk about it because it's exciting. Hey, look, if you like what you heard today, I want you to subscribe to the channel. Bang that like button. It lets me know you like what I'm doing. And if you go over to facebook.com, search CTP Dashboard, follow my group. That's where I post all this stuff. I want you to be a part of it. Hey, look, be safe, be healthy. Most important, be lucky. Until next time, may all your covered calls be profitable.